Poland is a huge secular country with some past Catholic influences. So our mission is just to build contemporary church and to help as many people connect to God and help as many people to get through their lives with hopes and joy. So that's about it. I'm a huge fan of Ninja Turtles, and
Of course.
since I'm a huge fan of Ninja Turtles, I'm also a huge fan of Turtles itself. I haven't told you this before, but it's just a surprise.
Of course. Well, thank you for surprising me today with that. I appreciate it. I love your wife, Iga. I love your daughter. You have a great family. So when all of this happened in early 2022, what did you think? Like, why get involved? I mean, you've got a lot going on your plate right now as it is.
Um, well, basically, it wasn't all my idea. It's just that when you run a church and you teach people to be proactive and responsive, and you kind of grow in this need of, hey, we gotta be always doing something, and we always gotta respond to something, whatever God is doing. It kind of came from our young adults. We run a young adults church. Average age is 26, 27. And those guys within our fellowship, they came to us straight away and said, hey, there's a war. We might go to the borders, start helping refugees come through Warsaw, find them accommodation. It started organically among the church. There's always a kudos for a pastor. If your congregation is reacting like that, it means you did a good job with people. You don't need to preach
Yes.
from a pulpit to pull them out. So that's how it started. And then within just a week, we found about the biggest need. And the biggest need was the formula milk that was scarce in Ukraine on the maternity wards. And we found out that there's a way we could help. We can start collecting that formula milk and we can transport it to those maternity wards. So that's what we did. That was our first thing. We connected with churches, secular people, people from around our church. We went to TV outlets, media outlets, social media, started asking influencers that we knew. And it kind of grew in 3 weeks' time. We collected a lot of milk. And then Love Us came in. And then, it's just a beautiful history because on our own, we gathered around, I remember now, around maybe 11 tons, but you came over and then we managed to buy 125 tons of formula milk and we all sent it and shipped it to Ukraine with help of some great churches here in Warsaw.
Yeah, it was amazing. You all were the hands and feet on the ground, and we had so many generous Love Does donors in this community who gave during that time, and it was awesome. I visited you, I think, in March or April of 2022, and I remember we had a driver. We were going to go to the border, and we were filming something in the car, and I don't know if I thought maybe it was like a bait and switch thing, and we were on a NASCAR documentary because I think it was like sustained speeds of 125 miles an hour to the border. My husband has the Life 360 app. I don't know if they have that in Poland. And he was checking in on me that day, and he thought that there was actually a glitch. I said, no, it actually was that fast. But anyway, we got there to the border pretty quickly, and we wanted to just see how we could be helpful. And you had been at the border then, and then you were with us during that time. What were some of the things that you saw and kind of your experiences there?
Well, it wasn't our first time at the border. With you, it was first time, but it's always frustrating and it's painful that you see a lack of hope and fear. I mean, I'm very sensitive to fear, especially among children and vulnerable people. When you see fear, you can't forget it. When you among the people that are fearful of their life, fearful of their future, and fear of their closest people that they don't have contact with. Like husbands who just went on the front and like they lost the connections with them. I think what always strikes you is like, my God, we live in a really broken world and we can't deny it. And it just motivates you. To any charity worker, to any young person who's planning to do their work around charity, I mean, don't just be theoretical. Just go there and experience real people's pain and real people's emotions, because I think we are the generation of pain-killing people, and we don't want to suffer. We don't want to experience suffering. We shut our eyes when we see something obscene or bad. And seeing the suffering, honestly, the suffering of lost people who are just like, they look at you and like, help me out, man.